Construction is one of the least digitized industries in the world, and it's also one of the most important. We're talking about the buildings you live and work in, the roads you drive on, the electrical grid that powers everything. And it has a problem. Productivity in construction has barely moved in 50 years, while nearly every other industry has become dramatically more efficient. That's starting to change. AI is finding its way into job sites, project planning offices, design studios, and contractor vans, and the results are meaningful. If you work in construction, electrical, plumbing, HVAC, or any of the skilled trades, today's video is specifically for you. And if you just want to understand where AI is going next, this is one of the more surprising and underreported stories in the space. Before we talk about solutions, it helps to understand the problem. Construction productivity, meaning output per hour of labor, has been essentially flat in the United States since the 1970s, according to research from McKinsey. Compare that to manufacturing, which has seen productivity increases of 1,500% or more over the same period. Why? A few reasons. Construction is inherently variable and site-specific. The workforce is fragmented across thousands of small subcontractors. Projects involve massive coordination challenges, and the industry has been slow to adopt new technology. The average large construction project runs 20% over budget and 80% over schedule. Rework, doing work a second time because of errors or miscommunication, accounts for an estimated 5 to 15% of total project costs. These are solvable problems, and AI is starting to address them directly. For individual tradespeople and small contractors, the productivity and efficiency gains from AI tools may be even more significant percentage-wise than they are for large firms. One of the most immediately impactful applications of AI in construction is computer vision for job site safety. Companies like SmartVid.io, Voxel, and BuildOts deploy cameras around job sites and use AI to monitor worker behavior in real time. The AI can detect when workers are in areas without required PPE, hard hats, safety vests, safety glasses, and alert supervisors before an incident occurs. It can identify when equipment is being operated in proximity to people in ways that violate safety protocols. It can detect when conditions like poor lighting or cluttered walkways create fall hazards. This kind of monitoring used to require dedicated safety officers walking the site constantly. AI makes it continuous and comprehensive. The results in early deployments have been significant. Some companies report near elimination of certain categories of safety incidents within months of deployment. Beyond safety, AI-powered cameras are being used for progress tracking. BuildOts and similar platforms can compare job site images against the project plan in real time, identifying where work is ahead or behind schedule and flagging areas that may be heading toward problems. Estimating is one of the most critical and time-consuming parts of any construction or contracting business. Getting it right means profitable jobs. Getting it wrong, especially consistently underestimating, can sink a company. Traditionally, estimating has been a highly manual process. A skilled estimator reads drawings, performs takeoffs, prices out materials, accounts for labor, and builds a bid. It takes hours or days for complex projects and depends heavily on the estimator's experience and knowledge of current material costs. AI is changing this in several ways. Tools like ProEst, ClearEstimates, and Togal.ai can perform automated takeoffs from uploaded drawings, reading dimensions, calculating square footage, and quantifying materials in a fraction of the time it takes manually. Togal.ai, for example, can perform a takeoff that might take a human estimator 3 to 4 hours in under an hour with comparable accuracy. More sophisticated AI systems are also beginning to help with scheduling and sequencing. Tools like Nemetschek's Alice Technologies use AI to analyze a project's scope and constraints and generate optimized construction schedules, finding sequences and resource allocations that reduce overall project duration and cost. For commercial contractors, these tools can provide a competitive advantage in the bidding process and reduce the risk of scheduling-driven cost overruns. Large enterprise software is great for big firms, but what about the electrical contractor running a 4-person team, or the plumber who handles residential and light commercial work? This is where the most accessible and immediately useful AI tools live. And honestly, this is where some of the biggest individual productivity gains are possible. AI assistants like ChatGPT and Claude are becoming invaluable for small contractors who deal with paperwork, estimates, and communication. You can dictate notes from a job walkthrough and have an AI turn them into a structured scope of work. You can ask for help writing a professional proposal or change order. You can paste in a confusing code requirement and ask for an explanation in plain language. If you're not using these tools for the administrative side of your business, you're leaving time on the table. For code research specifically, tools that are trained on or integrated with the NEC, IBC, OSHA standards, and local building codes are emerging. Instead of flipping through code books or searching Google and hoping you find the right answer, you can ask an AI a specific technical question and get a cited answer. This is particularly valuable for journeymen and apprentices who are still building their code knowledge. Field service management platforms like ServiceTitan, Jobber, and HouseCall Pro are integrating AI features for things like scheduling optimization, automated customer follow-up, and intelligent dispatching. These tools look at all your jobs, technician locations, job durations, and traffic patterns to route your crews more efficiently, a real-world productivity gain that shows up in more jobs completed per day. Building information modeling, BIM, has been transforming design and engineering in construction for years. AI is now being layered on top of BIM to make design review and coordination smarter. AI tools can analyze a BIM model and detect clashes, places where mechanical, electrical, and plumbing systems intersect in ways that will cause installation problems. These clash detections used to require manual review by experienced coordinators. AI can do it faster and catch things humans miss. Autodesk's generative design tools use AI to generate multiple design options for a space based on goals and constraints you define. Optimize for natural light, minimize material use, maximize usable square footage. The AI explores thousands of possible configurations and surfaces the best options. For smaller residential construction, tools like Cedrio and House Pro include AI features that help contractors create professional-looking 3D renderings and floor plans without needing a dedicated designer on staff. Being able to show a client what their finished project will look like, not just a flat blueprint, but a photorealistic render, can be a powerful sales and communication tool. The construction industry has a significant workforce challenge beyond productivity, a skills gap that's been growing for years. Experienced tradespeople are retiring faster than new ones are being trained, and the knowledge transfer problem is real. AI is beginning to address this through improved training tools. Virtual reality training platforms powered by AI allow apprentices to practice complex or dangerous procedures in simulated environments before attempting them on actual job sites. Electrical apprentices can practice panel work. Welding trainees can get AI feedback on their technique in a simulator before burning metal on a live job. AI-powered video analysis tools can watch a trainee perform a task and provide detailed feedback, analyzing posture, tool use, sequencing, in ways that supplement but don't replace the supervision of a journeyman mentor. For knowledge transfer, some companies are experimenting with AI tools that help capture the tacit knowledge of experienced workers before they retire. Detailed interviews, walkthroughs of common scenarios, and documentation of best practices fed into AI knowledge bases create resources that newer workers can query long after the experienced hand has left. This is still early stage, but the concept is sound and the stakes are high enough that investment is growing. The future of AI in construction extends beyond software into the physical job site. Autonomous and semi-autonomous construction equipment is already in deployment at some of the largest construction and civil engineering projects in the world. Built Robotics has retrofitted standard construction excavators with AI-powered autonomy systems that allow them to perform repetitive earth-moving tasks without a human operator. Drones equipped with AI are being used for site surveys, volume calculations, progress documentation, and even inspections of structures that would be difficult or dangerous for humans to access. Boston Dynamics and similar robotics companies are developing four-legged robots capable of navigating job sites, carrying sensors to perform inspections, and even doing basic physical work. This is still emerging technology, but the direction is clear. Bricklaying robots and rebar tying robots are already in commercial use on some projects. We're not at the point where any of this replaces skilled tradespeople. The variability and complexity of real-world job sites is still too high for full automation of most trade work. But the semi-autonomous tools that help skilled workers be more productive are here now and growing. The bottom line for tradespeople and contractors: this technology is not coming for your skills. It's coming to help you do more with those skills. The tradespeople who will be most competitive in the years ahead are the ones who combine their hands-on expertise with comfort using the digital and AI-powered tools in their field. That combination, skilled hands and tech savvy, is increasingly rare and increasingly valuable. Construction and the skilled trades are not industries you typically hear about in AI discussions, but they represent one of the biggest opportunities for AI to improve both productivity and worker safety. Whether you're a large GC managing complex projects or a solo contractor trying to run a tighter operation, there are AI tools available right now that can make a real difference. The description links to a free resource guide with the specific tools mentioned in this video and how to get started with them. If you work in construction or trades and found this useful, subscribe. We're going to be covering this intersection more in the coming weeks. See you next time.